why my program is different. My program is different because as somebody who was suffering from these challenges, a dad, 42, a couple of kids, a wife, a busy schedule, very little time to put the pieces together, I needed a solution. And I realized that I didn't have a whole lot of time. So one of the solutions that I came up with was, hey, I'll hire a coach. Now this was 3.5 years ago, and I had been training consistently. I had been eating health consciously consistently, but I did not look the part, right? And the more time that went by, the more discouraged I became. So my journey back then was, one, I've made the decision, I'm going to get healthy and I'm going to figure this out. Two, I developed a short-term plan that got me the confidence I needed to start moving forward. And then as that started to go, I recognized this is only going to have momentum for so long. I need to get a clear blueprint, a blueprint that I believe in. It's so important as a man, or as a human, I should say, for people to believe what you're doing, meaning, especially at 42, I needed to understand that the time, the energy, the money, and the resources I was putting into something was going to give me the specific outcome that I desired. And over the last couple of years in my training up until that point, I started to lose the belief that my effort was actually being rewarded because I didn't look the part. Every year I went to the beach and I didn't have anything special that was being displayed. Not that I needed to at that time, but I worked pretty damn hard in the gym and I was health conscious. I figured I might as well be eating Chick-fil-A 5-6 days a week if I'm going to look like this. So I was discouraged. So I knew I'm going to need somebody that can say, hey, here's exactly what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. And that sort of plan is going to give me the conviction I need to get up every day and execute, because I believed that the plan was going to get me there. Now, second piece was I needed to find that coach. I searched everywhere. I wasn't on Instagram at that moment, so I was looking on Instagram, I was looking on Facebook. I didn't know where to find a coach. I had zero success. I interviewed a couple of people. Their style wasn't one that aligned with me. Their stories weren't relative to what life experience that I was going through. And really the most important thing was none of them looked the part. Like none of them had a body that I idolized or wanted to have. And I thought, well, shit, if this is all you do, right? And you're going to help me get to where I need to go, but you're accepting average or below average in your own body, then I'm not really convinced that you're going to push me to where I need to go or I want to go. And so I wanted to make sure that I had somebody that had the above average mindset, right? That saw things greater in me than I saw myself, or at least had ambitions that are equal to where I wanted to go. And so long story short was, my wife, who had been a bikini competitor, she had found this all-women's division where they coached women on how to become competitive bodybuilders. And she made an introduction for me. And they took me on as a client. I was probably their first male client. But it gave me a blueprint. I had a training plan to follow. It gave me a nutrition plan, so I had a meal plan. I knew what to do. It gave me a grocery list, so I had to put pieces together. And that really taught me how to apply, the grocery shopping, the meal prepping, and the macro calculating. And then the training piece also. I led myself through that training that was given to me. All of that worked, and I had regular check-ins, and I loved it. The shortcomings that I saw at that time, or I had experienced, were it was one-to-one, but it truly wasn't. If I had a message on a day and I'd send a message, it would take days, maybe even weeks. Sometimes I didn't even get a reply. Right? And so that ruined a little bit of dependability or reliability I had. Like, well, are they really interested in my transformation if they're not getting back to me within days or weeks? Right? So I got a little bit discouraged. And the more discouraged I got, the less I wanted to check in. The less I wanted to take my shirt off and send my pictures into somebody that wasn't responding to some questions I had. It showed that it was more business and less personal. And I didn't like that. So even though they had the credentials, I still felt like I was just another client of theirs, and I was being checking the boxes, right? So that coaching system didn't work. So I sought out other coaches throughout the years. As I've done in my business, I've always been somebody that's hired coaches. Shortcomings that I found where there was not a coach that I could find that truly was relatable to me. I had to swim upstream to find people that were professional bodybuilders at the elite level that could teach me how to truly build and my body and do body recomp, so I wanted that. But I didn't have somebody that was relatable, right? That understood I was a father and I had 2 dads, and why I got up at 4 o'clock, and I didn't sleep, and why I had to do certain things the way that I did them, right? So there wasn't a relatability, so I felt like the personal connection wasn't there always. And I encourage you, that's super important in any coach that you have. You have to have trust. You have to have confidence that there's no ego there and that they want the best for you. And I found some egos along the way, that is for sure. But I worked through them. But I eventually got through the other side, and I recognized, man, if I'm a man and I wanted to start this over 3 years ago, where would I go? And there still wasn't an option. There wasn't an option for somebody that was relatable to me, right? And it could be relatable to the people that I wanted to serve. And then how do I serve them? Well, there wasn't a platform. All of the platforms that I had been a student on were disparate pieces. There was your check-in here on one platform, and you get your meal plan on another platform, and you get your training plan on another platform, and you message the coach on another platform, and it just felt like a job, right? It didn't feel like it was that easy. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I want to be able to have a done-for-you solution. I want to be able to say, here's one platform, your nutrition, your training, your supplementation, your timing, your cardio, all in one place. You need me. One messaging app. Reply. Send me a message. You'll get a reply. Not from a VA, not from automation, but from me on the same day or within 24 hours. Absolutely. That's the kind of service I wanted to be able to provide, because that's the service that I wanted, and I didn't find it. So I always felt just a little bit shortchanged with the coaches I had, and they were great people, right? But this business was different. And me coming from the high, fast-paced world of technology and product management and people building the best and having this platform that serves many different needs within one solution, I knew there's got to be a better way. So I went out and I've partnered with the best software company out there to make sure that we can do all the things we need to do in one platform. I went out and partnered with the best nutritionists so that I can, as a headhunter, leverage my ability to go out and recruit top bodybuilders, top nutritionists that I can bring in and help serve my clients at the most elite level, no matter what their circumstance is. If they're dealing with troubling autoimmune issues, or they're dealing with thyroid issues, or they're dealing with blood work that's screwed up and they have no idea where to start, or they've got low testosterone, I want to be able to provide a specialist there. And as a headhunter for the last 15 years, that's my skill. So when I set up this business, I said, great, I'm going to go get the best in class when it comes to nutrition. And I'm going to be able to give these guys to my clients. So when you do a meal plan with us at Dad Bods, you're getting a professional, an elite that I have recruited into our system as a coach to help guide you to your goals. And I select that coach depending on the student that we have, the goals, the circumstances, and what's really needed. I can pull the lever to bring you the best. When it comes to training, same thing. I've experienced and experimented with all different training types, and I've partnered with IFBB pros to overlook the training that we're putting our students through to ensure that we're going to hit the target we need to hit within that 12-week period or that 12-month period. We take this very seriously here. So when it comes to serving you in a software that's simplified, done. I've got it. When it comes to providing and ensuring you're getting a meal plan that's tailored exactly to your needs and isn't some cookie cutter meal plan, done. Got you covered. When it comes to having training that's constantly being calibrated to suit you, to make sure that we're challenging and we're stressing the muscle so that we can grow the muscle, or we're putting you into proper caloric deficit so that you're not miserable and you're low energy, but you have the right energy and you're also rocking towards your goal while reducing that body fat, we got you covered. And if you need somebody that's in your corner that's going to champion this for you, that's me. This is completely a passion play for me. If you look me up on the internet, you will see Pallarino Partners is the single most successful headhunting firm on the planet when it comes to providing teams in the technology space with product managers. That's what we do. Just Google best product management headhunter. Organically, I've never paid for an ad. We're at the top of that list. Everything I do is best in class, and everything I build is best in class. And the reason I do that is because I don't accept anything below average, and I don't want to deliver anything that's below average. So if you're watching this video, there's a reason. You don't see yourself as an average Joe. you never have, and you're also now recognizing that there's a ticking time clock that's going on, and you have to make a decision. And that decision is, do we go all in on ourselves, or do we continue to procrastinate and delay the success that we know sits around the corner of a little bit of hard work, a little bit of guidance, right, and some sweat equity, and the belief that we can get there, and we wrap up this deal, man. We put this transformation to rest. And when we're on the other side of the transformation, life is great, right? We can control our calories. We can push and pull calories depending on cheat meals. We can have more frequent cheat meals. We can go to Super Bowl parties and strategically take in our calories to control our body composition. This is a gift that keeps on giving. And I hopefully have conveyed that to you guys. I am super passionate about helping men understand the power that lies within them once they have this knowledge. So that's what I'm here to do, man, to tell you guys, as a coach now, I stepped into this arena because I recognize, man, there's a shortcoming, right, of people that really can serve this clientele. Two, it's extremely dangerous for a man to sit in a position that I was in 3 years ago for an extended period of time. Nobody benefits. The man loses, the wife loses, the kid loses, the family loses, the business loses. All of it loses, guys, if you don't put yourself first. So coaching is one of the best ways that I figured I can take this passion, I can take this knowledge, and I can give it to the right people. I don't need more clients. I need more success stories. So if you're watching this, please smash the like button, hit the follow, continue to give me as much feedback as you can so that I can give you more of the information that you want to see. But either way, I'm super thankful for you listening to this story, watching my channel. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, please do it. dadbod_sculptors. Peace out.